In this video we're going to take a proper listen to the oscillator in the Korg NTS1. In the previous video we listened to the effects using my little modular setup and having the effects applied to the little modular setup. These effects are really good, so today we'll take a proper listen to this oscillator. The lighting in here is so weird. Oh, it's back again. So in this video, let's take a proper listen to the oscillator. It is only one. It's like a mono synth. I said in the previous video, I believe you can load in your own waves to this. And I realise as I'm saying those words, I don't even know what that means. So I haven't investigated that. So we'll just listen to the NTS1 as it comes to you in the kit. And there's like triangles or some kind of sine wave and a few other FM like sounding waves, but we'll listen to them in the proper studio setup. Now, if you want to play this as a kind of MIDI instrument, not using that little sticker keyboard, which does work, but clunky. The first thing you're going to need is one of these cables. So at the one end, that's like a 3.5mm like headphone socket, and then that's like a MIDI cable-y kind of job. So I've just got a MIDI cable set up coming out of my MIDI interface, right, standard MIDI cable, and it just plugs in there like so, and then the 3.5mm end plugs into MIDI in, which does say it. Oh, can you see it? Get the camera right. MIDI in. Alrighty. So it's a bit clumsy, like, because it's a big old bit of cableage on a little synth. In fact, the weight of that cable is probably more than the box. But there we go, and then we'll be able to play the NTS1, from a MIDI keyboard or whatever. When you buy that little adapter, do check that it's kind of this will work for the NTS1. I bought mine from a popular online auction site, and it did say this works on the Korg NTS1 and the blah de blah and the blah de blah. So do check. Those DIN cables have been used in the past for sort of old, reel-to-reel recorders, for example. So there might be cables out there that are geared towards old audio, old reel-to-reel stuff. So do check that you're buying the right cable. I also saw a hack on another YouTube video where people were using RCA, phono cables, but wiring them like backwards, red to white, white to red, and coming out of another MIDI signal that was also on the 3.5mm jack. You could try that. I don't necessarily recommend that because that's just a hack I saw on YouTube, but this is YouTube, up to you. Okay, so I'm going to set up my DAW and we'll just see what that is looking like, and then we'll start listening to some of these sounds. Okay, I've got a Reaper project set up here. So I've got the MIDI cables all plugged in. So in terms of routing, it's coming out of my Icon Cube M3 thing out of port 2, sending to channel 1. You can change the MIDI channel on your NTS1. I think you power it on while holding down reverb, if I recall from memory. So that's good. And then I've got my MIDI in set to my it's my Korg Z1 that I know is coming in on channel 2, so I'm monitoring that, and I'm armed for recording. And we can hear a saw wave. Now I'm also got a tuner set up. Yep, C4, C5. Tuner's not quite F3. Yeah. So we can see that it's a digital oscillator, and it's totally in tune. Now, can you hear an issue here? Let's just turn this off. Can you hear that ticking? Tick, 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 tick. I am not sure what's causing that. I didn't hear that last night when I had this plugged into my little modular rig. But if you encounter this issue yourselves, I'm going to plug just a standard patch cable into the sync in socket at the back, and as if by magic that weird ticking disappears. Now I don't know what's going on there, and the little cable I've plugged in isn't going anywhere but it does seem to make that noise disappear. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but there's a little hack to remove that annoying ticking sound. Possibly because it's being powered by USB, and maybe because I'm using a powered USB hub. That possibly could be the reason. So possibly using like a little USB power bank might get over that problem. I don't have one, so I can't test that. Alrighty, let's take a listen to these oscillators. Now this is the second time I'm making this video. I was just editing the like yesterday's video of me testing the oscillators, and it was really hissy, really noisy. For some reason tonight when I plugged it in, it wasn't. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. Also, it wasn't making that tick 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 sound. But then I turned on QuickTime, and then it started making that tick 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 sound. So I've done the same sort of hack as yesterday and just plugged in a cable. I think that's the clock in, and it means the arpeggio doesn't work. Yeah. So I don't know. that's what I'm seeing. Now, since I did the first video, which we're not seeing, I have loaded some custom oscillators, but we'll listen to those in another video. Let's just listen to the 4 stock oscillators that come with the synth in this video, starting with saw. So there's some control over the wave, and the B parameter sounds like it's just adding in a sub oscillator. And of course we're listening to these totally dry. Saw, triangle wave. Now these aren't coming through so hot. You can see on the oscilloscope my voice compared to the synth. So there's another little weird thing that I've observed, that the synth without any effects is much quieter. Even engaging one of the either modulation, delay or reverb suddenly gives you a big signal boost, which we'll hear. The triangle wave is quite quiet, so I'll just boost that on the mixer. Similar deal, parameter A. Oh, I don't want to block the oscillator, let's do it with the hand. And again with the triangle wave, putting in that sub. So it's nice, even though Korg is giving you the basic oscillators you might expect. You still you because they're digital, you do have those sort of nice parameters there, which is it's good. So nice triangle wave. Next oscillator is a square wave. I'm trying to work out if that's sort of really pulse width modulation on parameter A. It might say in the manual if I read it. And again we get that sub coming in. And then the final oscillator as it comes to you is, sorry, not the final, there's like a sine wave, although I don't know why it's called UPN. Listen to that, that's nice, isn't it? Although parameter B doesn't seem to do anything, possibly this is the sub oscillator that's added to the triangle and the square and the saw, possibly, or it's a sub oscillator but pitched up an octave or something like that. Parameter A, that is glorious. And then the fourth wave is called waves. It's kind of FME. Okay, I've brought us back to the square wave. Just take a look at the filter. There is low pass. I think low pass 2. It's probably low pass 2 octave, low pass 4 octave, band pass 2. Oops, band pass 4, high pass 4, and high pass 2. These this filter, these digital filters, are really quite singy. Beautiful, beautiful. And it's basically frequency resonance, as you might guess. Yeah. And then they really attenuate that sound. The band pass is particularly singy, if I remember rightly. Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Oh, yeah. Someone get the phone. Oh yeah, I mean, hours of fun making sci-fi soundtracks. And finally, high pass 4. Oops, what am I doing? Awesome. Let's listen to that again. Just fantastic. And yeah, and accidentally, yeah, you can also turn the filter off. Yeah. Let's leave it on low pass. The envelope section I've not quite worked out. I think it is just basically an attack and a release. Or you can have the envelope open. There's also a weird, like, looping mode. So I've got my hands off the keyboard here. Look, both my hands are here. Drone, anyone? So, slow attack. slow release. That is the envelope generator. I haven't been able to work out if there's a kind of secret button combination that you can access LFOs. If there is, let me know in the comments if you found that. There might be, you know, it's just a chip, you know. So there might be LFOs hiding in there as well. If there are, I've not found them. Let's bring us back to the saw. Let's set these at about 12 o'clock. Now, as I said, there's an odd thing that as soon as you engage an effect, suddenly the overall level shoots up. So I'm going to press mod, turn chorus, see, and I can see automatically that's clipping, so I'm just going to turn the levels down. So I don't know if your NTS1, I mean if you've got an NTS1 you're watching this, I don't know if your unit does that, or what's going on there, I don't know. Just and you can see if the oscilloscope's just going mad, absolutely mad. So let's just rein in those levels more. Modulation, we've got chorus. Got a nice ensemble. I guess this is like a sort of flavour of chorus. Just some nice kind of pitch modulation going on there. Boards of calendar, anyone? We've got a phaser. Flanger, my favourite. You think you combine that with some of the filtering. Very nice, very nice. Let's leave it. Yeah, it's usually sort of time and depth is basically how these effects are going. Let's leave the flanger. Oh, let's leave the flanger on. Delays, we have a stereo delay. Oops, we have a mono delay. I imagine a stereo delay is trying to maybe pan it across the stereo field, although honestly I don't hear it in my headphones. So I'm not quite sure what the difference between stereo and mono is. There's a ping pong delay. Right, just hear that a bit. Nice. And I'm not, if you engage the reverb, you don't turn off the modulation and the delay, so you can have your whatever patch we got, our saw wave with the flanger and the delay and the reverb. And with the reverbs we've got a hall. Nice. We've got a plate. Got a space reverb, whatever that is. Probably just an enormous room setting, or room size perhaps. And then and there's two really nice reverbs on this. One's, I think it's like called riser, and it's basically adding kind of higher octaves into the reverb tails, so it's essentially like a shimmer reverb. Super nice. And there's almost like an anti-shimmer reverb, which adds, instead of adding higher frequencies, it adds low frequencies. As you can see, the oscilloscope's going absolutely bonkers. And so that's just great. I really like the shimmer reverb. I really like it. But just, even though this is a single oscillator, we can sort of set a nice long ping pong delay. Let's go back to that ensemble effect with some. I'll just dial up the triangle wave, and it's just really nice. Yeah, that combination, that ensemble effect on those kind of higher frequencies from that shimmer reverb, just brilliant. I may have to sample that and create a sample instrument. So as I said, these are all the sounds I'm demoing here are just come with the box. I do have, yeah, there's one third-party oscillator that I've downloaded, and there's another one. I'll do those in a separate video. I'm still sort of playing with that, but what the cool thing is, you can go to websites, Korg, search Google for custom oscillators, modulation effects, delay effects, and reverb effects. So you could have a Tim Shoebridge oscillator and a, I don't know, an abominable modulator chorus, although I've looked at some of the code and it is beyond me, so I don't think I'll be making any, but who knows. So that is pretty nice. Some of the oscillators, you buy them, some are donationware, some are free. I think probably, I was looking at a Molten Modular video this morning, and I think probably the free ones are so, but maybe the paid ones is where all the fun is at. All right, let's wrap this video up now. So I only built the NTS1 started this week, I think, so I've only kind of been living with it for a few days, so I don't know all the ins and outs, but as I learn, hopefully I can post a couple more videos. I think the next video to do is say downloading and installing custom oscillators and effects, which I was going to do now, but as I say, I was editing yesterday's video and the unit was so noisy. I'm not sure why it was noisy last night, and tonight it's fine, it's grand. Possibly because I hooked it up to the Librarian software and I don't know. Anyway, if you're new here, hello, you're very welcome. We mostly play with synths, sometimes basses and sometimes guitars. That's the end of the video. Goodbye.